Alright, this is a continuation of the previous video file, and I'm going to go ahead and fly right into the description of how I know that Campus Safety staged this whole event. And how is that possible? Well, before they actually physically went for my arms to put them behind my back to arrest me, they threw me on the ground, and the big Mexican woman they used put her knee in my back. You would not believe, my face hit the ground when they threw me to the ground. I got a bruise on my arm that I'm about to show you. And in fact, let me do that now in case I forget, because once I start talking I might forget. So I'm going to take off my shirt. Hang on a second. Alright, this is the bruise on my arm right here. Okay, and my back's hurting. And right now, I couldn't even get up to carry my backpack to go to the hospital because my back's hurting that bad. But this is the bruise on my arm by them. And now this right here that you see right here, that's a result of poison oak. It's a rash. It's poison from poison oak. But this over here, I took a video picture yesterday of what my wrist looked like as a result of them handcuffing me like you would not believe. I got to put my shirt back on, so hang on a second. Alright, now I apologize that I wasn't prepared to show you my bruise at the beginning of the video. But here's the lie that I caught Campus Safety, and I'm going to fly right into it. And then I'm going to probably make another video that described all the interactions that happened between me and SDSU Campus Safety. But this is the lie I caught them in. I finally told them that they could use the license that I gave the media center employees in order to check out the movie. Because you got to hand over your license in order to check out a movie, okay? And they hold the license until you take the movie back and return it. And so I finally told them that they can just go ahead and get my license. They already knew I was in there. They already know the policies of checking something out in reference to. They already knew I wasn't a student. Okay, I've been in that media center multiple times. I got multiple receipts showing me checking out movies. I got videos showing gang stalking being said around me in that media center, including by their supervisor, Mike. Yes, I got a video of Mike harassing me months prior. Yeah, that I uploaded to YouTube. They knew who I was. I've had Campus Safety literally walk by me on that campus. Yes, the library, Campus Safety, security, library security, and Campus Safety walking by me and engaging in organized gang stalking sensitization methods towards me. I got videos online that talk about how I was harassed by Campus Safety in the past on SDSU campus. So they knew who I was. This was a staged event in order to make it appear that the SDSU police had a reason to approach me. And check this out. The way they staged this event are literal descriptions of how I see, because I make prediction videos and prediction audio files about how they might approach me even at my hiking area. I'm hiking in California, so what? Okay? And I made predictions about how they'll approach me, the San Diego police, at my hiking area, stating how they'll use a buffer between me and them, so their involvement concerning the factual reality that this is a staged event to approach me will not be transparent. In other words, they need a buffer to approach me to make it look like that it's not direct harassment. Yes, and that's exactly what they did at SDSU, literally. Now, here's how I caught Campus Safety yesterday. And the sad thing about this is that the second part of how I caught them is not caught on audio file, because they took the digital I wear this digital tape recorder attached to my bra underneath my shirt, and when they arrested me, once they picked me up from throwing me on the ground and putting handcuffs on me and tight like you would not believe, and like you would literally not believe, I had to take a video picture of my wrist once I got out of their car and they let me go. They turned it off when they started searching me. The Mexican SDSU police officer, who was a total, I want to say, bitch, but I'm not going to, even though I just did, sorry. But anyways, she was feeling my chest, okay, and she took it off. She literally reached in, which I think is against the law, she literally reached within my chest and took it out and shut it off. Yeah. Now, so, and then they took me upstairs and put me in an SDSU Campus Safety car, okay? Now, here's the thing. Their reason for trying to state that they couldn't identify me, I told them that the media center employees had my license. Then she got on the phone, instead of using her walkie-talkie to search for who I was as a person, okay? She got on the phone and called somebody. I think it was probably the San Diego Police Department. Now, while all this was happening, I got on my phone and called the San Diego Police and told them that I was being harassed by SDSU campus safety and that I was beginning to feel fear for my safety. And San Diego Police told me that there was nothing they could do about it, that they were just going to let the campus safety handle the situation. And they disconnected me the first time. I told them that I was not going to accept that, and so they just disconnected me, and I called them back, and they said that, in the second call, they said that they were just going to let campus safety deal with it. So anyways, she got on the phone and stated that, who I was, and she was acting like she was checking me out. She was on the phone for 5 minutes. Then she gets off the phone, walks back over towards me, and waits for a second, and then something comes over I think something came over her walkie-talkie, and what came over her walkie-talkie directly sounded like this: that the identification of them calling in concerning me had to do with another individual by my name from New Mexico that had warrants or a arrest record for drugs and alcohol and a suspended license. And I heard it. So I said, that's not me. She goes, well, then what's your social security number? I said, I'm not going to give it to you. I'm not going to give them my social security number because organized gang stalking expeditions are directly connected to identity theft. Yes. Now, I've already made videos online. There's multiple videos online about how I've been gang stalked on SDSU campus. I got gang stalked. Right now, I got a video file that hasn't been uploaded yet. 3 separate video files of students standing in front of me while I was eating my lunch saying gang stalking multiple times in front of me. Okay? Multiple times. Multiple times. Okay? Because their whole goal is to get around me as much as possible, whether I'm walking, standing in a store to heat up my lunch, or sitting and eating my lunch and saying the word that describes the crime that's happening towards me, to get around me and say it, and to remind me that it's happening. It's an overt way to harass you. That's why there's an organization online that I'm not going to say the beginning of it, but it's part of their name is Covert Harassment Achieved Through Surveillance. Yeah, they surveil you in order to get around you, to covertly harass you by literally describing the crime that's happening towards you, overtly, gang stalking. Okay? Now anyways, so they knew who I was, and I could see that this was a staged event, but check this out. Their whole goal was trying to say I was trespassing to ban me from campus. And, now listen to this, they were trying to say that they were accurately trying to describe, they were trying to accurately figure out who I was, even though I already knew they knew who I was, okay, by stating that when they had this information come over their walkie-talkie that it was supposed to be somebody from New Mexico that has drugs on their arrest record and drinking offenses and a suspended license. They said then, and when I said that I heard it and that wasn't me, I said, that's the wrong person, that's not me. They go, well then what's your social security number? I said, I'm not giving it to you. They go, okay, well you're being disruptive in here, you're trespassing, and now you want to identify yourself. You need to leave here. I go, no, I'm not leaving because I did nothing wrong. That was more like a reflexatory statement because of the adrenaline that was going concerning the experience I was experiencing. And so they told me to get up and they were going to arrest me, and then they started reaching for my arms, and that was a reflex to move my arms, and so they grabbed me and threw me to the floor, put their knee in my back like you would not believe. And when they threw me to the floor, I'm talking about they literally threw me to the floor. My face literally hit the floor. But listen to this. Once they had the handcuffs on me and took me upstairs and put me in their car, once they went through all my property, they went through everything in my backpack, okay, and took it all apart just to look through it for no reason whatsoever, okay, because I didn't have no drugs. I mean, I don't do drugs. I didn't have no weapons on me at all except for a small pocket knife that was attached to my belt, okay, that I bought at SDSU. No, wait a minute, no, I bought that one at a Walmart. But I did buy a Swiss Army pocket knife at UCSD, I meant. Anyways, so once they went through all my belongings and went to go write me a citation, he got in my car and he said, what's your correct, he goes, is this your correct P.O. box? They had my P.O. box on their computer in their car. And he goes, tell me your P.O. box number so I know that the one I got on my screen is correct. And I go, it's 60571. I go, is that the one you got on your computer? And he said, yes. So they did have my correct information. So why did they need my social security number? Why were they using the excuse that they did not know who I was and that the person, they were trying to make it appear that I was a person who's got an arrest record that has nothing to do with me at all, okay? And I think that was done to try and make it appear that they have an excuse to have suspicion about me in order to arrest me. Yes, which was the cause, the reason why they approached me to begin with, suspicion. Now here's the thing. When you take somebody's license, I handed them a Michigan license. They had the corner clipped, okay, because they've stole license from me before. Yeah, and this gang stalking expedition has stole licenses from me before. But the license number that's on that Michigan license, okay, has got the same. It literally, even I got a current updated California license, and that California license was obtained by showing them my Michigan license. So I'm going to guarantee you something right now. There's no way that they could have a mistaken identity because of my license number. Because that license number would have showed that I have a current California license. I already know it for a fact, and I bet you $10 if I get a lawyer that's uncorrupted. And what I mean by that? Well, I'm going to put it to you this way. There is federal involvement in organized gang stalking expeditions. So do they have the power to approach attorneys to prohibit them from taking my case? Go to YouTube and type in David Larson and James Lambert down the Popeye rabbit hole videos. They talk about gang stalking multiple times, and David Larson, who's the head of the water board of Yucca Valley, mentions specific types of federal letters. They're titled NSA letters. Literally, just stay with me, trust me, because gang stalking is all over the internet concerning how some of their technological resources come from the literal NSA. Now, the only way that you're going to be able to see the truth of these statements is to just do what I ask you, okay? You're not going to be able to understand how all this is connected. I'm aware of that, okay? But the only thing that I can do, fellow American citizens, is tell you the truth. Gang stalking, now I'm going to go out on a limb here and make these following statements. Gang stalking is directly connected, I'm going to put it to you this way. Is it directly connected to these shootings that are happening on university campuses? When you research that, okay, just trust me. If you research the following statement I'm about ready to make to you right now, go to Google or YouTube and type in mass shootings, especially on school, and gang stalking, and thoroughly investigate it. When the Virginia Tech shooting happened, the guy made a video, the guy who made the video, and the video he made that made him appear that he was acting crazy, that he mailed to a news station. And then that news station put it on YouTube. He kept saying in that video while he's holding guns that they wouldn't leave me alone. That they kept, every day, that they wouldn't leave me alone. And if you thoroughly research mass shootings, including the mass shootings that are happening on school, and cross-reference it either to gang stalking or organized stalking, you'll clearly be able to see that gang stalking is directly connected to, well, I'll put it to you this way, that multiple people online, including journalists, are saying that it directly is. And then this guy approaches me at SDSU library stating, "Can I please check your bag for guns?" I'm not violent in any way, shape, or form. I have I'm not violent in any way towards myself or others at all. But what they do, since they gang stalk individuals on campuses, okay, what they try and do is try and reverse the perception about what's really happening by trying to claim the target's crazy or a threat to themselves or others, so they can then file falsified documentation to discredit the target concerning these crimes, especially me, because I'm exposing them online that I'm experiencing the crimes by them on their campus. I've already got multiple videos online concerning me being gang stalked at SDSU. Multiple proof. I'm going to attach some proof in this YouTube video, the description of this YouTube video. It's going to be a blog's URL address that shows me. In the blog is multiple YouTube titles that you can copy and paste into YouTube, that you can clearly see that gang stalking is being said around me, the description of the crime that's being said around me at multiple locations, yeah, on multiple dates, even locations that are 30 miles apart, including SDSU. I'm in San Diego, California. So they arrested me and gave me a citation for trespassing. Can you believe that? Yeah. Now, as far as the media center goes, I asked them on multiple occasions, is it okay if I check out a video? They knew I wasn't a student because they asked me when I first started coming there if I had student ID by the same employees that have been checking videos out for me since then on multiple occasions. They knew I wasn't a student, okay? They flat out knew it. And I also want to direct you to the description of this YouTube video for the video that's a continuation of this one. Okay, there's 2 videos concerning the SDSU arrest. You would not believe how they treated me there yesterday. And I even asked the SDSU officer if she would file a campus safety report concerning me being gang stalking. She looked at me in a real smart way. She goes, I'll think about it. Like that. See, their whole goal is to protect the institution this crime's happening at. Yeah. From premise liability lawsuits. And since they know and cyber surveillance is a direct method of gang stalking. So since they know I've been uploading some videos lately concerning being gang stalked, catching gang stalking me instead around me at locations that I go to, and concerning how I predict I'll hear it once I get there at a separate location before I even arrive. Alright, I'm not going to stop this video because I don't want it to be too long. I might make another video which will be a continuation of these direct statements, and if I do, it'll be in the description of this YouTube video as well. The only thing I can do, fellow American citizens, is ask you to research meticulously each described statement that I described in this video and the video that's a continuation of this one that's in the description feature of this video, so you can see that I'm telling you the truth. I'm not violent in any way. I don't do drugs at all, and I am not crazy. This crime is happening towards me, and the arrest that occurred towards me is a way for them to throw me into the courts. Let's see what happens towards me in court if they try and claim I'm crazy or that they need a psychiatric evaluation, because I'm exposing them all over the internet. This is organized crime in the system that's hosting this expedition towards me and the hundreds of thousands of other targets this is happening towards. Yes, yes, it's a clever way for them to try and start accumulating documentation to discredit me, to deflect the truth. This is literally how they operate. And there's a manifesto online of a manager of organized gang stalking crews that literally states that this is how they literally discredit targets, by calling them crazy and using the courts to do it. And I'll attach the title of that manifesto that you can find online in the description of this YouTube video. Thank you.